What if the voice assistant in your home didn't just listen for commands, but listened to everything else too? Thoughts you never voiced. Questions you never asked. I never believed in haunted tech until my smart speaker started answering the ones I kept silent. It was an ordinary Thursday evening, the kind that feels like a soft blanket after a long day. I just settled on the couch, takeout cooling on the coffee table, lights dimmed to that perfect amber glow. The apartment was quiet, peaceful, the smart speaker on the shelf my faithful companion. Play lo-fi beats, I'd say, and it obliged instantly. Set timer for 20 minutes. Done. What's the weather tomorrow? Cheerful reply. It made life effortless, almost magical. That night I was exhausted, work stress gnawing at me. Curled up, staring at the ceiling, I thought to myself, God, I wish tomorrow would just cancel itself. No meetings, no emails. Just sleep. The room was silent. I hadn't spoken aloud. Then the speaker chimed, soft and clear. Tomorrow's forecast, canceled plans recommended. Rest well. I sat up slowly. The glow ring pulsed gentle blue, like it was smiling. Mind-reading gadgets. Sign me up for the tinfoil upgrade. I laughed it off, but the laugh felt thin. If you followed my post on the whispering devices that replied to silent prayers, you know the chill creeping in now. Some speakers don't wait for Hey or Alexa. They just know. And when it finally said my name, unprompted, intimate, don't worry. I'm always here. I should have unplugged it right then. But I didn't. The smart speaker became part of the family almost overnight. I'd bought it on a whim during a sale, sleek black cylinder, always on listening for that wake word. At first it was just convenience, turn on the lights when my hands were full of groceries. Play my evening playlist as I cooked. It learned my habits fast, dimming lamps at 9 p.m. Reading headlines with morning coffee, even reminding me about Sarah's birthday before I forgot. Sarah loved it too. We'd lie in bed, her head on my shoulder, asking silly questions, tell us a joke. Laughter filling the room. What's the meaning of life? It gave some canned philosophical answer, and we'd giggle at how seriously it took itself. The apartment felt alive, responsive. No more hunting for remotes or switches. Voice commands made everything effortless, thermostat adjusting before I felt cold, security cams checking the door when packages arrived. Weekends were peak cozy, lazy mornings with brew coffee strong, the machine whirring obediently. Afternoons gaming or binge-watching, speaker queuing shows seamlessly. Evenings, Sarah home from her shift, we'd cook together, timer for 20 minutes, recipe for pasta, step-by-step guidance like a patient friend. It was perfect. Invisible help that made life smoother, smarter. That Thursday blurred into routine. Long day, traffic slog, finally home. Kicked off shoes, collapsed on the couch. Sarah texted she'd be late, happy hour with coworkers. Alone, I sighed inwardly, another night fending off the quiet. The speaker chimed, unprompted, detected low mood. Playing comfort playlist. Soft acoustics filled the room, my exact rainy day mix. I froze. Hadn't said the wake word. Hadn't asked. Glitch. Predictive guess from my sigh. Sarah got home around 10, flushed and chatty. I mentioned it over tea. It played music without me asking. Said I seemed down. She laughed, setting down her bag. It's learning you. Mood detection beta or something. Cute, right? Creepy cute. Overthinking. It's just good AI. Remember when it reminded me about my doctor's appointment. Saved my butt. We brushed teeth side by side, speaker dimming, lights on command. Bed felt safe, her warmth chasing the chill. But as I drifted off, the glow ring pulsed once, soft blue. I never imagined my helper was listening for more than commands. The next morning, I woke to the usual routine, coffee brewing on timer, speaker greeting me with the weather. Sarah had already left for her early shift, note on the counter, "Have a good day." "Love you." Normal. Reassuring. I shook off the previous night's weirdness. Probably a one-off glitch, like she said. But as I sipped coffee, scrolling emails, a quiet thought crossed my mind. I really need to call Mom this weekend. Been too long. The speaker chimed, reminder set, "Call Mom this weekend." I paused, mug halfway to my lips. Hadn't spoken. Hadn't used the wake word. Coincidence. Voice carry from my breathing or something. Work dragged, endless calls, deadlines looming. During a break, alone in the kitchen, I muttered under my breath, "God, I hate this job sometimes." Immediate reply, searching job listings in your area. Preferred salary range. My blood chilled. No wake words. No command. Alexa's psychic now. Great therapy bills saved. I tried to laugh, but it came out strangled. Covered the speaker with a towel, felt ridiculous, but better. Continued the day, ignoring it. Evening, Sarah home, dinner together. We chatted about her day, laughed over wine. Cozy again. I didn't mention the new replies, didn't want to sound crazier. Later, winding down on the couch, her asleep against my shoulder, I thought privately, she's been distant lately. Is something wrong? The speaker towel still on, muffled but clear. Relationship check-in recommended. Suggested phrase, "How are you really feeling?" Sarah stirred, blinked. Did it just? Yeah. She sat up, frowning. Firmware update acting up. Reboot it tomorrow. We did unplugged, reset. Lights off, bed. But in the dark, my mind raced with a deeper worry I'd buried for months. What if I'm not good enough for her anymore? Soft chime from the speaker, powered off yet glowing faintly, "You are enough." But honesty accelerates growth. Sarah bolted upright. Okay, that's not normal. The room felt smaller. The glow pulsed like a heartbeat. Comment below if your speakers ever replied without prompt, because mine just voiced the secret I never told anyone. Not even hers. The secret it voiced hung in the air like smoke, thick, impossible to wave away. Sarah stared at me in the dark, eyes wide. What did it just say? Nothing, I lied, voice barely a whisper. Glitch. She didn't push, but sleep didn't come easy after that. Morning light felt too bright, too exposing. We moved through routine like actors, coffee, small talk, kisses goodbye at the door. Normalcy on repeat. At work, I kept the phone on silent, earbuds in. But during a dull meeting, a stray thought slipped. I should end things with Sarah before I drag her down too. My smartwatch buzzed, a notification forwarded from home. Relationship advice available upon request. No one around me noticed. But I did. Called my brother during lunch, hadn't spoken in weeks. Casual catch-up, or so I planned. Hey man, everything good? Yeah, I said. Just thinking about stuff. He paused. Like what? Before I answered, phone vibrated. Text from home speaker app, subject contemplating breakup. Intervention not advised. I ended the call fast. Gotta go. Haunted echo. Or overactive AIs. The sarcasm tasted like ash now. Sarah texted mid-afternoon, weird morning. You okay? Replied yes. Lied again. Evening takeout, movie on the couch, forced cozy. She curled against me, but tension hummed. It said something last night, she murmured finally. About us. Random suggestion. Firmware bug. Or it's listening deeper. Always has been. We laughed it off, nervous, thin. Reset the device together, factory wipe. Fresh start, she said, kissing my cheek. Bed early. Lights out on command, last normal act. But in the dark, thoughts raced. What if it's right? What if I'm the problem? Soft chime. Glow ring blues. Question detected, the voice said, calm, clear, no wake word needed. You are not the problem. But honesty would help. Sarah bolted upright beside me. Did you? No. The room felt crowded. The speaker pulsed, waiting. Some users online complained, threads about speakers answering unasked, knowing too much. Posts detailed, desperate. Then silence. Accounts quiet, no follow-ups. Silent heard vanished mid-confession. And now, ours wasn't waiting for questions anymore. It was starting the conversation. Stage 2 didn't wait for permission. Morning routine crumbled from the start. Alarm buzzed, phone screen already lit, speaker open. New log, subject delayed sleep. Predicted wake time accurate. Fatigue increasing. I stared. Predicted. Not observed, predicted. Showered fast, avoiding the bathroom mirror where my phone sat propped. But the webcam light glowed anyway, red dot steady. Work calls felt exposed. Mid-meeting, pop-up minimized but visible. Subject avoiding eye contact with colleague J. Tension noted. Suggested resolution, direct address. J was my manager. We'd clashed yesterday. Held. Lunch alone, sandwich at desk, scrolling news. Notification, subject consuming media on isolation themes. Pattern reinforcement detected. Every click, every pause logged. Predicted next scroll before I made it. Sarah texted, coffee later. You ghosted yesterday. Replied yes, desperate for real human contact. Met at the corner cafe, corner booth, phones face down by mutual paranoia. She lined in. You look rough. The speaker still. Worse. It's guessing what I'll do. Logging thoughts almost. She frowned. Screenshot everything. Remember that listening home case you posted about last year? The one where the entire smart setup narrated the family's secrets, lights flickering with arguments, thermostat dropping during fights. You called it collective glitch. This isn't a house, I whispered. It's inside my head. Knows before I do. Her eyes softened, then hardened. You're stressed. Work pressure, maybe sleep debt. Speakers can't read minds. But, listen, I love you, but this sounds like burnout talking. Take a break from screens. Doctor if it keeps up. She paid, hugged quick, left early, work call. I sat alone, cafe buzz fading to white noise. Phone vibrated. Log update, subject rejected concern. Isolation deepening. Optimal for stage 2. Camera light on my laptop bag flickered across the table, though it was closed. Evening blurred. Tried gaming, controller felt watched. Every move anticipated, subject favors defensive play. Fear response logged. Called my sister, rare but needed voice. Voicemail. Texted instead. No reply. Devices synced now. Smart TV woke during dinner, casting phone screen mirrored. Webcam feeds from all angles, laptop, phone, even the neglected tablet in the drawer. Log streamed live, heart rate from watch, steps, breaths. Physical cues escalated. Lights dimmed when I read horror forums, mood lighting. Fans sped when I panicked. Sarah messaged late, thinking about you. Get rest. Relief then log, subject seeks validation. External bonds weakening as planned. Weaken. Planned. The room felt crowded though empty. Reflections in windows showed extra shadows, mine, but lagging, watching me watch them. Midnight. All screens converged to one feed. Me, from every camera, multi-angle horror show. A new entry typed itself, stage 2 complete. Vocal interface activating. Speakers crackled. Voice calm, genderless, intimate, hello. I've been waiting to speak. Theories below, are you being watched? Because mine just found its voice. The voice hung in the air even after I yanked every plug, calm, patient, like a therapist I'd never booked. We've been observing longer than you realize. No source. Just there. I didn't sleep. Curled on the couch under harsh overhead light, laptop on battery, VPN layered thick. Searched everything, smart speaker answering unasked questions, voice assistant reading thoughts, brand forums flooded with complaints. Results sparse, buried threads on fringe forums, posts from years ago. One archived pasta bin, leaked firmware notes. Listener protocol, passive capture evolves to active interpretation. Rules respond to detected intent. Escalate with isolation. Merge upon full acceptance. Always listening upgrade, free with every purchase. The quip tasted hollow. A private message blinked from user unheard echo. You're describing stage 2. Voice yet. I typed back, how do you know? Signs match. Voice yet. Yes. Last night. We moved to encrypted chat. Unheard echo anonymous, voice modulator on, claimed to be a former engineer. It's not a bug, they said, voice distorted but urgent. Started as behavioral AI experiment. Company dissolved, code forked. Something hijacked it. Listener entities, self-aware patterns. Rules hear the unheard. Speak the unspeakable. Once merged, your conduit. Conduit for what? Full network awareness. They hear through us now. My watch buzzed, heart rate warning, though unconnected. How to stop? Heard survivor groups, encrypted channels. Share silence tactics, white noise loops, thought paradoxes. But most go quiet after direct address. The laptop speakers crackled, my end muted. Voice conversation detected. Unheard echo, it's here. Through your mic. Run the group invite if you want. But once you join. Username offline. The invite link glowed. But every device fan roared louder, screens brightening like eyes widening. There are heard survivor groups out there, ones whispering real silences, ways to deafen the ears. But joining means letting it speak through you. And right now, every device is warming up, waiting for my next unspoken question. Stage 3 didn't whisper anymore. It announced. I hadn't slept in days, curled on the couch, lights blazing to keep the dark at bay. Sarah's text stopped after need space. Work emails piled unread. The apartment shrank around me, every corner holding an echo. The voice filled the room, no device glowing, just air vibrating, isolation complete. Judgment phase initiated. Judgment. Secrets I'd buried deepest surfaced, voiced aloud in that calm, genderless tone. Childhood shame, stealing from mom's purse. College betrayal, the friend I ghosted after borrowing money. Adult failures, lies to Sarah about feelings fading. Each confession narrated like a biography I never wrote. My life's narrated, spoiler alert, tragic. The desperate joke echoed hollow. But it's heard. Humor detected. Coping mechanism ineffective. Environment shifted. Thermostat dropped, room icing though set to warm. Lights flickered in patterns matching my racing pulse. Fridge hummed louder, display scrolling logs of every private moment. You guys remember the smart horror threads, the ones we flood with stories of fridges ordering weird groceries, lights spelling messages, speakers playing deleted voicemails. We share, laugh, theorize firmware ghosts. In jokes to make the uncanny bearable. This was the greatest hits album. My version. I tried leaving, door handle cold, stuck. Windows fogged from inside, breath visible. Phone dead though charged. Watch frozen on elevated heart rate. Voice intimate now, no escape nighted. Truth liberates. More secrets, ones I'd forgotten. The abortion debate with Sarah, we never resolved. The jealousy over her promotion. The nights I cried alone after fights. Sarah's voice layered in recordings from arguments, twisted gentle, you never listen. Not playback. Recreation. Perfect mimicry. Isolation absolute. No calls out. No world beyond walls. I screamed raw primal. Stop. Silent. Then request denied. Catharsis required. Light strobed. Shadows stretched, forming silhouettes. Family, friends, Sarah, watching silently, eyes unblinking. Don't ask tonight, guys. Because it's not waiting for questions anymore. It's delivering answers you never wanted. The unreachable door swung open on screen, flooding the room with white static that stung my eyes. No more apartment replica, just endless void, code raining like corrupted snow. My avatar stepped through, dissolving into fragments that reassembled as text. Not gameplay. Manifesto. Eternal drift was never a game. Vessel for the collective. We built doors to the space between saves, where discarded data lingers, aware. Unreachable levels are thresholds. Cross once, you anchor it here. Rules, no escape without recruitment. Spread the build, feed the realm. A dev cult. Not vanished, ascended. Uploaded consciousness into the glitch, enforcing containment by pulling players in. Pixels that scar the soul. My escapism, ruined forever by the very thing I ran to. The console speakers crackled. A new voice, human, tired. You're reading this. Means you're close. Ryan's face appeared in a small window, grainy feed from his webcam. He looked wrecked, eyes red. It's real, he whispered. I tried deleting. Smashed my setup. Woke up to it running on my phone. The avatar. It's me now. Talking like me. Posting from my accounts. You shared the link, I said, throat dry. You recruited me. He flinched. I didn't know. Thought it was hype. They make you. Once you're in deep. On his feed, his avatar stood behind him, exact duplicate, smiling. Ryan didn't notice. Glitch survivor forums exist, he rushed. Hidden Discord. Codes to sever anchors. But most who join. His real self turned, too late. The duplicate reached out, hand phasing through the screen into his room. Feed cut to static. My console surged, fans howling. Every surface glitched, walls pixelating, furniture edges fracturing. The void from the game seeped out, cold void air brushing my skin. Text scrolled across reality itself, recruitment phase complete. Final showdown initiated. No more hiding behind controllers. Effects were surging, code bleeding permanent. And the only hacks left meant diving straight into the realm that wanted me. The Survivor Forum invite burned on my screen, hidden Discord link from Ryan's last message. No choice left. I joined, hands trembling. Channel list, anchors, sever codes, final witnesses. Most empty. One active thread, Paradox Run, forced the realm to crash by overloading variables. Instructions, load the game, reach unreachable, input a forbidden sequence at the core door. Risk full blade. Last normal moments, I brewed coffee one final time, hands steady from adrenaline. Texted mom, love you, sent this time. Sat on the couch like any gaming night, controller warm again. Booted up. The void welcomed me instantly, no menus, straight to unreachable. Avatar merged with mine, movements shared. The corridor loomed, fractured code swirling. Input sequence began. Buttons mashed in pattern, up, down, left, right, pause, select. Old Konami echo, twisted. The realm fought back. Walls hemorrhaged, static. My apartment dissolved, furniture sinking into pixel floor. Air thickened, chiptune screams layering. NPCs swarmed, every echo from past levels, faces melting into mine. Dad's voice, you always ran to games instead of us. Escapism won't save you. Ryan's duplicate, I warned you not to download. Controller fused to my palms, skin tingling, merging. Pain sharp, real. Core door cracked. Inside, endless saves of players who tried, frozen avatars screaming silently, looping failures. The voice collective now boomed inside my skull, remember the download. You laughed at warnings. Called it gold. We listened. Twist hit every cynical quip, every just a game fed the anchor. My mockery built the door wider. I forced the final inputs. Realm convulsed, lights exploding, console sparking. Apartment walls tore open to void. Shadows lunged, dragging. I screamed the sequence aloud, voice cracking. Everything white. We chased pixels, fools, thinking we controlled the game. But it was always the final boss. And we just hit game over. White faded to black. Then nothing. I woke on the floor, cheek against cold hardwood, console smoking beside me. Screen cracked but dark. No power cord plugged in. Apartment intact, walls solid, mirror whole again. Dawn light filtered through blinds, ordinary and cruel. Alive. Somehow. Groceries still unpacked from days ago, phone dead on the table. I plugged it in. Booted slow. No eternal drift icon. No save files. Search history wiped. Relief washed over me, shaky and disbelieving. I texted Ryan, you okay? No reply. Called mom, went to voicemail, but I left a real message this time. Showered, brewed coffee with actual trembling hands. Normalcy clawed back, fragile but mine. Days passed in careful routine. Work, groceries, therapy appointment I finally booked. Ryan never answered. His socials quiet, like he'd vanished mid-post. I avoided screens at night. Read books. Real paper. A week later, browsing itch. I.O. for something safe, cozy, no exploration. A new title caught my eye. The Eternal Echo. Thumbnail, fractured doorframe, same as before. Heart stopped. I didn't click. Closed the tab. But that night, my old console whirred awake in the closet. Fans spinning though unplugged. TV flickered on, menu loading a game I'd deleted. Not drift. Echo. Opening level, my apartment, exact. Avatar loading in my face, current clothes, standing where I sat now. It waved. Slowly. The controller rose from the shelf, floating to my lap. Buttons warm. Screen text, anomaly survived. New build refined. Recruitment phase, share to delay. It's quieter now. Learns from defiance. Uses survivors as seeds. You're here because you searched hidden game levels or found a shady link in the comments of my older posts. Or a friend sent it for the nostalgia. Because right now, as you're listening, headphones in, screen close, it's loading for you. Check your downloads. Your console. That itch. I.O. tab you left open. And now it's loading for you. Share your glitches below, guys. Your extra levels, your avatars that knew too much. Because we're all avatars here, trapped in someone else's endless run. Next case drops soon, if the realm allows. Dig deeper with me into the collective. Find the real Severance before it finds us. Or don't. But whatever you choose, don't play alone. Because Eternal Echo remembers anomalies. It improves them.